So we destroyed the UED on Core Hall and we gave Emperor Mengsk his planet back, but what's happening next? I guess we will find out in the next mission, as it is called True Colors. We're on the outskirts of Augustgrad in the early morning.
Cerebrin, Duran, the time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat. Now that the UED's power base is broken on this world, only their forces on Char pose any significant threat to me. It's time to move to the second phase of my plan.
And what of your allies here on Core Hall, my queen? What would you have done with them?
They are of no further use to me. Though they have proven themselves useful, it might be dangerous to allow them to live. Without the services of General Duke, Mengsk will be easy to deal with. But Raynor and Fenix are uncannily resourceful. They must all be eradicated. Cerebrit, I want both General Duke's and Fenix's bases destroyed. Leave no one alive.
No way.
My queen, if I may suggest a strategy. Both the Protoss and Terran forces are resting after our previous victory. If we attack immediately, while most of them are asleep and unaware, we can whittle down their defenses with relative ease.
Clever. How long after our initial attack can we expect them to regroup and retaliate?
I'd say in 6 minutes.
That only gives us enough time to launch a surprise attack against one base, but it is a sound plan. Cerebrit, feel free to launch your initial attack against either base. Failure is not an option. Slaughter them all in my name.
So once again, Kerrigan has apparently, found a way to make things work out, and then she just slaughters everyone that helped her. Apparently, she doesn't even want to kill just Duke and Fenix. She also wants to kill Raynor. So we need to go ahead and destroy the enemy bases, and we need to kill Duke and Fenix in the next mission.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Here are the lurkers. I guess this is the first mission where I can use them. Ooh, look at that minimap though. There's so many units there. Alrighty. I've only got a handful of minutes apparently. What exactly am I gonna do? I'm gonna bring the lurkers with me, that's for certain. So I can either kill the Terran or the Protoss here. I think I'm gonna go after the Terran, but I've only got a couple of minutes. How exactly am I gonna do this? I hope I don't mess this up too badly. I guess we'll just get started here. I should probably not be bothered here by killing all of... Like, what do I actually have to kill? Hold up. Alright, since I can't choose which base to kill first, I think I'm actually gonna be killing both. Maybe that's a little bit dumb, but I think it's a good idea if we can go ahead and kill the very first two bases that we will be going up against. So I'm gonna be fighting both the Terran as well as the Protoss. Maybe not necessarily the correct way of doing it, but we'll be okay. Let's go ahead and make sure that we select up, or that we select a couple of these hatcheries right here as well, to make sure that we get as much income as we possibly can. Rally those things over in that direction. And let's make sure that we control as much of this area as we possibly can. Try to make sure that we burrow all of the lurkers, of course. And let's get them... Well, actually, let's see if we can actually move this one maybe even a little bit further up. Let's try and make sure that we put them in the correct positions to do as much damage as humanly possible. There we go. Trying to fight the several different angles at once. Maybe not necessarily the greatest idea, but it should do just fine. There are a whole bunch of units everywhere though, so the more we kill, the better this is gonna be. Can you not reach that? Oh, okay, I was gonna say. Apparently they do actually attack. I guess they wake up or something when you hit them once, which is fair enough. They're resting. They're not particularly fast at responding so far, but... Not all too impressed with the damage that I'm dealing so far, though. But if we can clean up 2 little areas on this map instead of just 1, right? This should make things significantly easier for us. Let's continue pushing onwards here for a little while. I probably also want to deal with any kind of potential counterattacks. So let's get some Sunkens ready to go. Just in case we need to. Let's saturate the gas as well while we're at it. And let's continue onwards here with some more damage as well. I want to put you right over there or so. You can't actually shift Q attacks, right? No, I can't do that. I keep making the same mistake here. Okay, very good. Leave a couple of them over here. Fight over in this side of the map as well. And once again, bring out more and more eco. Let's go ahead and create ourselves an evolution chamber just so we can use that to our advantage in just a little bit. And let's make sure that we kill the last of these buildings over there as well before the next objective starts off. So far though, can't really complain about this. We seem to be doing a solid amount of damage, right? And I think that's kind of the idea. To just simply deal with as many of those units as possible here in the earlier part of the game. And then eventually we're going to be able to transition towards other units and whatnot as well. Considering I'm going to have to kill both anyway, I guess that jumping to only one side of the map is just making it more difficult than it absolutely needs to be. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and start up some Sunkens. Very good. Only have a little bit of time remaining. I would like to kill this part of the map if I can at all. Trying to go after unit-producing structures primarily, which is probably a good idea. And we have indeed now secured a pretty nice perimeter here as well. This is more than likely going to be my first expansion. So if I could go ahead and, for example, kill that barracks here too before that timer runs out, that would be incredible. Okay. Let's take out that pylon. Then hopefully take out the gateway here as well. And we've actually done a solid amount of damage here. I like this. So the more damage we can deal, the better this is going to be for us. Only a little bit of time remaining. I do want to send these units back as well before like we are going to be, you know, completely lost. But there we go. I actually got more than enough workers right now. I've been very busy making all of these things happen. I think we're going to go for some Hydralisk in this particular match. I like him. Hydras are pretty great. Okay, gotta send some of my units back. Let's get a Spore started here as well. And we'll get one more sunk on that side of the map too.
Retaliation. Kerrigan caught us with our pants down, but it's time to start giving some back.
Continue your attack, Cerebrid. Their defenses won't last long
against
us.
I'm assuming they're gonna counterattack right now, right? That would make the most sense. I actually have too many workers. That doesn't usually happen, but I can shortly take over another base, I think, and be in a totally fine position. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna save right here. I actually think that I did decently well. Killing a lot of both the Terran as well as the Zerg. Or the Protoss, rather. Let's start up some Hydras here. Do I have my Hydra upgrades already done? Oh, the Hydra then is hiding over there. No, I should get that. I should probably also get link speed. Pretty helpful. There's a single pylon on this side of the map, and apparently there's also still a missile turret over there. But I think we're at a point right now where I can potentially already start taking this base out too. They're probably gonna try and attack this with a little bit more than just a handful of zealots. I mean, if it's just a handful of zealots, I'm okay with that too, but let's try and see if we can kill this missile turret up there. Just so they can not get any vision here whatsoever. And let's start up a base over here on that top right corner of the map as well. Very good. I could go for quite a couple of lurkers. There we go. Trying to make the most out of this situation. Killing a lot of the Dragoons. I like it. Don't really know exactly what kind of units we should expect, but I feel like we're dealing... Like, we actually can take another base. You know what? I'm going to take this base as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold on to all of them, right? But this is very common, for example, in multiplayer as well. You essentially throw up a bunch of bases, and maybe your opponents ends up... or maybe your opponent ends up killing 1 or 2 or so of them. But if you made 3, you're still going to be 1 base up. Compared to where you were at previously. I think this should be pretty decent. There we go. Let's also get ourselves a hatchery right here in the middle. Just because it makes producing stuff significantly easier. And as soon as I can, I do want to start tacking up towards our lair as well. But for now... Well, that base is definitely not going to be up. For now... We're going to have to run towards the defenses here instead. Now, there's going to be a lot of siege tanks. Maybe we should have committed to attacking the siege tanks and the Terran a little bit more than the... Whatever. We'll be okay. So I still have that one base over here. Kind of tempted to like send a group of units over in that direction. Which I am indeed gonna do. Apparently there's now also a siege tank available though, so maybe we should push in for just a little bit longer. Don't have my my upgrade yet. Just about to finish. Very good. Clean that part of the map up. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna retake that base once again. Maybe that was the only counterattack push that they were gonna do, because there's only been one here on the right-hand side of the map as well, right? So far, at least. Let's send this back and start up some drones for that area of the map here as well. Okay, very good. So far, so good. I like this. We could, technically speaking, go for a lot of lurkers as well. Lurkers, of course, one of the most iconic units. Once again, in... Oh, God. No, never mind. There's more. There is a little bit more than that. Let's transfer some drones over here as well. And let's start up this gas as soon as we can. Gotta get myself a couple of Sunkens over on this side of the map as well. And maybe also a Spore Crawler or two. Or Spore Colony, rather. I've been saying Spore Crawler way more than I probably should, but... Okay, very good. Let's start up some more that we're gonna be sending in this direction. And let's move this lurker into the correct position as well. I think having it a little bit close to the base makes a lot of sense. Okay, cool. So what kind of unit composition are we gonna look for? I think we do want to tech up towards the lair. I do think we want to be getting ourselves some carapace upgrades here too. And I'm gonna make the assumption that getting the Protoss is probably going to be a little bit easier. We'll probably want to get a lot of Hydras for that. Of course, like Lurker Hydra is a very normal composition against that could have gone bad real fast. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Lurker Hydra is a very common composition against Protoss as it is right now in the multiplayer version of StarCraft Brood War. But we have to be careful because they are very vulnerable and they can easily die in just a matter of seconds. Apparently there was a ghost over here though, even though this is the Protoss end of the map. Interesting. Alright, let's start up this gas once again, because apparently the first time around it didn't quite finish. Set these drones to work right here on these minerals as well. And already we got a pretty nice little setup. I like this. Camera control group F2 is going to be over here, so I can easily control all of these hatcheries. And we're going to start taking up towards the hive. Alright. Let's make sure that we're saved. And let's make a little bit of a push happen. Well, Protoss is just attacking this side of the map. Turns out I got a couple of Hydralisks, however. And they do pretty good. Okay, 3 control groups here worth of stuff. That should do just fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves +2 missile, because +2 missile is awesome. And let's see what damage we can do here with primarily Hydralisks. Of course, siege tanks are incredible against Hydras. Everything else is gonna have a hard time. And with a map like this, that's very wide open, as long as we're not going up against all too many Reavers, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot. So I'm trying to like spread out my units. I haven't seen any Reavers yet, and I haven't actually in a little while. I think that this base will fall in just a matter of seconds though, which I like a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and start up a bunch of mutas. And then also a bunch of Zerglings. Just to drop down that count of minerals that we have currently. Alright, I could also continue mining from here for a little while longer. But we are indeed easily taking care of the majority of the stuff over here. Which is nice. Let's have a little bit of a scout around over here. On the right hand side of the screen. Just to make sure that we are indeed sure of the fact that we are dealing with the majority of the stuff. There's actually a pathway leading down south here as well. Okay, well, actually, no. Wasn't much of a pathway at all. I like how we still have the vast majority of our units alive. Pretty good. You're gonna be hotkey 4. I would like you over here. Let's get adrenal glands once again, because we found out in the previous episode that they are absolutely incredibly good. Where are all these ghosts coming from? Okay, Zerglings are currently coming in. I want them to be leading the charge over here when it comes to running up the ramp. Okay, apparently a couple of Hydras get stubborn. Running up ramps is still not the easiest thing to do, but we're dealing with this stuff just fine, actually. Really well. Alright, so very shortly we're gonna have our Great Aspire units done here as well. Still making a lot more Zerglings, because I think that's fine. And with that, we're actually preventing a lot of the run-bys over on this side of the map as well. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. It's just that units are not that smart, right? And sometimes they have a tendency to just randomly derp out. Alright, let's have a quick little look around this platform. Because once again, we are making a good push here forward. I'm not quite saving up nearly as much as I did for a little while. But there we go. Got a lot of these Guardians now coming in too. You know what? I could even use them to take care of the majority of the stuff over here too. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for these nuclear launches. But alright, fair enough. You know what? I'm actually gonna... You guys are gonna become hotkey 5 instead. There we go. Because we are gonna send the Guardians across right now as well. And you guys are gonna be hotkey 1. Let's supplement some of these units as well now that we lost some of them. Another Hydra, sure, go ahead. Gotta be careful though. Apparently Terran pushes in at several different angles as well, just like that. Guardians are available, however, right now, and they will make short work of all of these units. Look at that. Whew. Siege tanks, I was complaining about them for just a little while. No longer an issue. Apparently I lost some units, but look at the amount of Hydras that we're already reinforcing with once again as well. Alright, let's have the Guardians lead the charge, okay? Guardians are currently flying straight forward. Let's go ahead and get melee upgrades just because I'm gonna need it. Here we go. And let's go ahead and once again save right at this point in time. And hit 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. Now let's see what we can do. Oh, there's actually a bridge here? Oh, that makes the Guardians even better. Gotta be careful though. Making a lot of stuff is generally speaking the correct way of doing it. I don't know how well this is gonna go though. I'm trying to rally more units here towards that corner of the map as well.
This is a betrayal most foul, Kerrigan.
I know.
We were fools to have gone along with this charade.
You're right, Phoenix.
I know.
I used you to get the job done. And you played along just like I knew you would. You Protoss are also headstrong and predictable. You're your own worst enemy.
I feel bad.
That's ironic. I can remember Tassadar teaching you a very similar lesson on Jar.
I took that lesson to heart, Praetor. Now, are you ready to die a second time?
The Kala awaits me, Kerrigan. And although I am prepared to face my destiny, you'll not find me easy prey.
Then that shall be your epitaph.
Your epitaph. That's a beautiful name. Let's go ahead and target fire him down. I don't know how much... Ooh, he's got 800. What if I just get a Zerg Queen? Oh, he deals a lot of damage. We gotta be careful. No. Back up. Don't want to lose all of my Guardians just like that. I am also now attacking the other side of the map, by the way. Didn't quite mean to do that, but whatever. We got a lot of reinforcing units now also coming in.
Our forces are under attack.
There we go. Dealing with the majority of the units here just fine. And look at that mini-map. The amount of stuff that's currently moving across is getting a little bit out of hand. You know what? You guys can also continue fighting here for a little while longer. I'll send you also in that direction so we can start killing the Terran on this side of the map as well. And I do want to make sure that I grab this expansion here too, because I'm going to need more resources in just a little bit. Okay, let's target fire him down. Or let's target fire him down. He's losing a lot of HP really rapidly. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I love you, man. I love you.
Phoenix! No.
Are you worried about him? He died the way all Protoss hoped to. In combat.
He died because you betrayed him. How many more noble souls do you need to consume before you're satisfied? How many more people need to die before you realize what you've become?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'll see you dead for this, Kerrigan. For Phoenix, and all the others who got caught between you and your mad quest for power.
Tough talk, Jimmy. But I don't think you have what it takes to be a killer.
It may not be tomorrow, darling, It may not even happen with an army at my back. But rest assured, I'm the man who's gonna kill you someday. I'll be seeing you.
All forces on.
And that is indeed where Raynor snaps. Raynor's not appreciating this as much. Apparently, he doesn't like it when his friends get killed or something. I don't know. Alright, well, with that, I'm gonna clean out the majority of this Protoss base. Just to make sure that we don't see any counterattacks coming in anymore. I'm sorry, Carrier, bro. I'm sorry, Protoss, bro. And, well, I guess I'm sorry as well to our good old friend Fenix. I did not realize that we would actually be able to kill him a second time, though. Obviously, I roughly know the storyline in StarCraft 2, right? But, I did not quite expect that he would just simply get absolutely murdered by someone who he trusted. I do have to make sure that I'm bringing in some overlords for this party here as well. Let's make sure that we just simply right-click them on a bunch of these guardians. We do have to make sure that we get the Nemetized Carapace upgrade, which is very, very important. Let's get another armor upgrade here as well. And let's make sure that we get more and more larvae spent here on Zerglings as well. I think our best bet is to just simply do the same thing as we did in the previous mission. Ooh. Oh, this hurts. I need overlords here. I don't have overlords there.
Our forces are under attack.
There are a lot of units, but not a lot of detection. I guess I should go ahead and make some static defense. But it's not going to be ideal. Overlords are just about to spawn. Wait, I didn't make overlords? Oh, snap. I thought I made overlords here. Oh, okay, that's bad. Yeah, we may actually end up losing a lot more here than we needed to. Now, luckily for me, I still have about 1 billion HP on all of my stuff. And I still have a lot of money here as well, so I can just simply remake all of these drones very quickly. But it's more or less a nuisance, I guess. There we go. Alright. Let's get the units in position. All of the units. Okay. Let's send them back in this direction as well. And even though apparently this is starting to be a little bit of a pain in the ass here, and we're losing a little bit more than we had bargained for, right now the Spore Crawlers are ready to start dealing some damage here. And I'm assuming that they are going to be enough to clean all of these little dirty raids up. They actually have cloaking for a long amount of time, rather annoying. Alright, Nemetized Carapace is now done. Let's make sure that we bring some more overlords with this party. I think this is going to be more than enough, though. Alright, 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. Let's also rally in all of the other units that I've got here. I'm just simply going to send them in just like that while we gather more and more units that are currently scattered out on the map here as well. It's going to take a little bit of time to re-rally all of my things. Unit producing structures also need to be sent over towards that corner of the map. Mostly using Zerglings right now and whatnot, just because I got so many Hydras and Zerglings I guess are going to be very good here. But I've got so many resources here left over, but also so many Guardians. We got 2 control groups worth of Guardians at this point. They're not quite full, I suppose, but they still do an epic amount of damage. We can just micro back the weakened ones quite comfortably as well. This bridge is gonna be the hardest part of this game, though. That bridge is gonna make it so that all of my units get stuck everywhere. Anyway, just simply attack move with all of the units so they fight whatever they're gonna be coming in touch with first. What's this upgrade, actually? The G-Made Meiosis. Plus 50 Queen Energy. Oh, I see. Anyway, here we go. Try to make sure that we don't specifically target fire down one building here, but...
Well, if it isn't little Kerrigan.
Of course, he's a better
We'd be meeting each other again. You got a lot to answer for, little girl.
General Duke, you know I always wanted to have you killed. This is kind of exciting for me.
Do your worst then, girl. You ain't taking Edmund Duke without a fight.
Alright. Let's make a lot of Scourge then.
Our forces are under attack.
Probably not a bad idea. I do indeed have a lot of Hydras here as well, but I'm gonna need them too, because it turns out that my Guardians are currently falling against these battlecruisers. Trying to send in as much Scourge here as we can. We'll just go full anti-air mode. Let's get the Zerglings in action here as well. Zerglings are so good at killing stuff. I know I don't need to kill this entire base, because apparently he's hanging out in that corner, but whatever. We'll probably be able to deal with the majority of the stuff here that way. How much Scourge does it even take to, like, kill a battlecruiser? I have no clue. Not that much. You reckon we can actually just simply fly in Scourge to kill Edmund Duke in just one hit? Guess we can try, right? I mean, I got a lot of Scourge here already. Let's have a quick little peek, see if we can actually make our way there in the first place. Oh yeah, you certainly can. You certainly can. Alright, let's start up some more Scourge then. We'll kill the majority of the stuff here. And let's get all of these dudes once again back in action. But I want to blow them up with just one big swoop of Scourge. They are a little bit gas heavy, I guess, but they'll fly across the map soon enough. And we're going to be able to clean all of these units up very, very rapidly. There we go. Get some more of the little buggers going in. I love Scourge. I think Scourge is a great, great unit. I wish they would add it to StarCraft 2. I will give up my Corruptor any day of the week in exchange for a Scourge. I think Scourge is one of the most badass units. And I guess that Banelings sort of came as their replacement, but Banelings don't quite do it in the same way as Scourge to me. I think Scourge is so cool. Such a cool unit. Anyway, we need more Scourge though. I don't have that much gas. I don't have that much gas, but anyway. More and more BCs are coming in. How much Scourge do I have? I know more and more are flying right now. Alright. I got a couple more over on this side as well. You know what? Let's see if we can do it like this. Hello. He's gone. I'm sorry, Max.
Oh, come on, Arcturus. Did you really think I'd allow you to come into power again? You practically fed me to the Zerg on your sons. You're directly responsible for the hell I've been through. Did you honestly think I'd let you get away with it?
But you said revenge was secondary to defeating the UED.
I liberated this planet because it was the UED's primary staging point, not because I was under any obligation to you. I used you to destroy the Psi Disruptor. And now that I've got my broods back, you're no longer necessary for my plans. I think I'll leave you here, Arcturus, among the ashes of your precious dominion. I want you to live to see me rise to power, and I want you to always remember, in your most private moments, that it was you who turned me loose in the first place.
To be fair, there was absolutely no way to predict that that would ever happen, though. How could you even make the assumption that someone would start working, you know, for the Overmind directly and then turn out to be one of his most powerful psionic servants as well? Anyway, is there anything else I need to do? Do I have to kill all of their buildings? Alright. I can do that. I guess that's exactly what I need to do then. Good thing I did that on the other side of the map already. We should probably go ahead and send in some Zerg, just to make sure that everything is going to be fine. Some links all over the map, just to scout out any leftover buildings. But with that, we have indeed completed this mission as well, in a pretty straightforward manner. Definitely, once again, shows though that Kerrigan is one of the most badass video game villains that I've ever played. You know, that you've ever played in a main title. She's so awesome. She's so cool. I like the fact that I like it a lot that, like, in StarCraft 2, right, and in StarCraft 1 alike, there's a lot of, like, depth and a lot of, like, story to a lot of the characters. Whereas a lot of other games, they feel like they are more flat, you know? Characters aren't nearly as interesting. But right now, I literally didn't know. Like, I've got a basic understanding of how Kerrigan functions, right? But she catches me off guard all the time with her decision-making. And it's easily one of the coolest things. Because you never quite know. Like, right now, I wasn't quite sure what she was gonna do. I knew that Fenix wouldn't be ending particularly well here, but it's hard to predict where the story is gonna go, right? With a character like Sarah Kerrigan. Anyway, there's still a missile turret in the middle of the map. The one that I couldn't easily reach earlier on. Let's go ahead and send units in each and every corner of the map, though, to see if there's maybe anything hiding. I don't think so, but currently sending the Guardians over to what will more than likely be the final structure. A single lonely missile turret here. On a bit of an... Actually, is it an island? It's not even an island, is it? No, it is an island. Okay, never mind. How is it even there? It's literally... This is just the developers of the game having fun. Like in the late 90s. They were having an absolute blast designing this mission. And they were like, well, what if the players just make mass ultras? Don't worry, we will force them to make Mutalisks or something along those lines to kill the final missile turret. I think that must be it. Why is there a missile turret here on a base or on an island with a single Vespian Geyser? Is that it?
It is done, Cerebrit. They've all been destroyed. Let us return to Tarsonis to rest. For the first time since my transfiguration, I am wearied of the slaughter.
And apparently Raynor is allowed to live for just a little while longer. I wonder what her next plan is going to be. Now, if you are new to the YouTube channel and you haven't done so just yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you get a notification as soon as the next episodes go live. But other than that, I want to thank you very much so for watching. Have an amazing day, okay? Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one.